But anyway, the thing that I was saying about the guy, his name is MrDeadMoth, I think, and it really fits. Like, apparently from his other streams, we can just know for a fact that he's a terrible person, because he would yell slurs at his kids, and his wife from time to time.
Someone piped him down?
Yeah, apparently. I don't really know a lot about him because I don't know a lot about Fortnite streamers. But anyway, from the very beginning, we can see that he wanted to play the game in peace. I really have no opinion on that because Fortnite is Fortnite. If you want to play, I guess that's what you do. And his wife came in and she was like, "Hey, I want you off the game for some reason." Like, we don't really get to see all of the footage that came beforehand because for some reason, I guess it doesn't exist. And she was like, "No, I want you off the game now." And he was like, "I'll be off in a bit. Just let me play." She's like, "No, I want you off now." He was like, "I am in the middle of a game. I cannot stop." And then apparently she started throwing things she started throwing.
Yeah, at that point, him hitting would just have been self-defense, would it not?
See, but that was the thing. She was throwing things at him from a distance, and it was things like pieces of cardboard and stuff, which is technically still assault, but people are gonna say you're an asshole for comparing cardboard to a full-fledged fist. And I'm like, assault's assault. That's just the way it is. Like, if he hadn't responded, sure, if he had complained about it to the police, he would have looked like a pussy, but...
This is probably why he didn't. Because people like you.
But anyway, she was like throwing things at him, right? And then he was like, "I will be off in a bit. Just let me play. Leave me alone." She's like, "No, I want you off now." And he was like, "No, stop." And then apparently she started messing with his setup, which literally would have just ruined everything, right? And then he gets up and he walks off screen, and you hear what sounds like a slap. I don't really think it sounds like a punch, but everyone's saying that's where he punched her. To me, it sounds like a slap. And he's like, "I said I will be off in a bit. Just let me play." And then she starts to cry, right? Now, this is where my channel is going to get deleted.
You could just not talk about it, okay?
By that point, you would know, alright, I'm level 5, and I just aggroed a level 30 boss. He one-shotted me. It probably would not be smart to go back in. She waltzes right back in. After she had just finished screaming, and then she walks in, all calm. She's like, do your viewers know that you just hit me and when I'm pregnant?" And he was like, "Please, just let me play the game. Leave me alone." And she then proceeded to say, "No, get off the game now." That is the equivalent of starting a forest fire, putting your hand inside the fire, getting burned, saying, "Ow, that hurt," and then putting your hand right back in. Like, this has nothing to do with men and women. At least for what I'm about to say, it doesn't matter if you're a man or if you are a woman. Just fucking don't. Please. Just don't instigate things if you know you're not gonna win. Like, stupid. That's like me walking up to The Rock, being like, "Hey man, I bet I can beat you in a wrestling match." And then he bends both of my legs upwards, and then I cry about it. But then the next day, I walk right back up to the ring and be like, "Alright, Let me see you try something now. While I'm still in a cast. So anyway, she comes back in and she starts messing with his stuff again. And then he gets back up and I guess they go off screen. I don't really hear what happens there. Like, I don't hear any impact. So I assume it's a lot of shoving and hitting, or thanks, Stutter. I assume it's a lot of shoving and grabbing and stuff. But you hear her like screaming like bloody murder, and she's just screaming her head off. And yeah, and this is the part that I feel bad for. There are actual kids in the house, right? And they're watching this all go on. They're watching her mom start a losing fight. But South Park said, either it's all okay or none of it's okay. We all need some comedy in these dark times. So anyway, oh, that's a part I want to talk about. It's not relevant to the actual story, but at the time frame, I think it's 3:25. You hear what sounds like this after he runs off of the camera. You just hear, and I'm like, did this nigga stop to clap her cheeks? Like what? Give you some hell! What the Rock is cooking? So like that footage goes viral, right? And now the internet is split in two. There are people out there saying, yo, if you even say that the wife was in the wrong, you're an asshole. And I'm like, I'm not gonna accept that. She instigated a fight that she probably knew that she wasn't going to win. And then, especially since we know that this guy has a history of apparently being a jerk. And then when the results happened, she was stunned. She was like that meme of Pikachu. Where it's like, all right, I'm going to instigate this fight. Gets hit. Like what? I mean, sure, you expect the bigger man in any situation, whether it's a man and a woman and a woman, any of them, you would expect for the bigger man to just not respond, right? Like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be the bigger man. That's just shut and done. Anyway, my personal belief is that everyone was in the wrong in that situation. The wife for instigating, the guy for fighting back, that he knew his opponent was under-leveled and still went 100%. And the kids were in the wrong for not jumping in. What?
What would they have done?
Well, I mean, So with that being said, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you'd like to see next. I legitimately don't know what they would have done. I guess they would have like.
They would have taken the punches for it.
She picks up the child and uses them as a human shield. You wouldn't strike. You wouldn't strike your child, would you? Oh. Oh. But yeah, this is probably the video that's gonna get my channel, Thanos.